Okay, welcome back. And in this video, I'll be analyzing GBPUSD, EURUSD, gold and silver for the new trading week, which is this week. And I'll be focusing on higher time frame structures, key levels, and potential reactions to monitor. So let's dive straight into the chart. So I'm going to be starting with GU as we can see here. It's the first on my list, my watch list. So on GU, let's start from the monthly time frame. So from the monthly time frame, just a little reminder, I talked about this in last week's video. So we had this break of structure right here where price took this high, and then after taking this high, we closed below. As you can see right here, as you can see here, we can notice that our body closed below this body. So that being said, the reason why I am trying to sell. So we have this weekly time frame right here where price now created a weekly structure and then want to sell this weekly structure down to this level and possibly get it down to this level. So that is that. So this week, what are we looking forward to? We can see that the previous week closed a little rejection. So closing with that rejection, that was reacting from last week's engulfing, bearish engulfing, which is these two structures right here. So I expect price now to take this low this week, and invalidation is price taking this high. So I expect price to take this low. That's my target. What I'm expecting. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think we have NFP this week, so there's a possibility of that happening. So I expect price to take this week, take this low right here, not week, this low right here. It's also a week actually. So on the daily structure, we can see that from the previous week structure which I provided, we see that price is still around that level and we have not left that place. So price is still around that level and we have not left there. So we're still very much playing from the old structure, hoping for price to move from this level down to this level. So that is what we're gonna be waiting for right now. And we'll see how that goes. See how that goes. Waiting for price to move from here down to this place. So that is what I'll be expecting for GU this week. We had a sell here. So we had a sell here from last week. We had a sell here from last week after taking out this inducement right here. So we had a sell here, and then we had another confirmation here, and then this this week, which is to this week, yes, we had another sell here after price swept this inducement right here and gave us an engulfing. Then I entered around here, all targets down to this low. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens tomorrow or today actually, because this is a new candle already. So let's see what happens today if we drop here or we get invalidated. So this is what I have for GU. GU this week I'm bearish. I want to see price drop. I want to see price drop to at least this level. To at least this level. I from my previous video I indicated that I wanted price to go as far as very down here, as far as very very down here, but I'll change my mind. I will no longer be holding this trade down to this level. So I would close around here and see what price does. Wait for price to give me another daily structure. Then I'll decide what I want to do. Wait for price to give me a daily structure. Then I can I can sell or buy. Okay. So on Euro USD, what do we have on Euro USD? Starting from the new week, we can see that price now has come into this level right here, into our weekly new engulfing, bullish engulfing. We have a bullish engulfing now on the weekly time frame, coming from our weekly breaker block, which is looks like a very strong confirmation for a buy. And now that being said, we can see right here, if we want to enter directly from the daily time frame, following that our weekly engulfing, if we want to enter directly from the daily time frame, we can move over from this level right here, from this level, and go bullish all the way. So we can buy directly from this level and target these highs. Simple as that. And buy directly from here and target these highs. Good 5 hour arrow. Or you can buy from the lower time frame. So this is what I'm expecting on EU this week. We've tapped into the weekly engulfing, and then this is a good entry on daily time frame, or you can strike from the 4 hour time frame. Or you can strike from the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, where do I want price to buy from? I have this FVG right here. I have this FVG right here. So this FVG looks good to buy from, and right on this level. So that's what I have for EU, this buy right here. So before that buy happens, from the previous week video I dropped, I talked about this range that's happening on EU. So this range is happening on EU on the 4 hour time frame. I think right now we just have a clear break, which was this candle right here and this candle right here, making a clear break. So now I'm expecting a retest on this level. But then it looks like we already have a retest. This was the break, and then price retested, and now sending it down. So we are not able to get a very clear entry on this. But I'm expecting a clear entry for price to come into this level. Look for an entry around here and sell, or price just drops from there and not give us anything. Unless what price does, price to come take this high or come in, tap into this area and give us something good. Yeah. So this is what I have for EU. I have a bullish bias, and I have this bearish, short-term bearish move to this level. Okay. So now over to gold. From our previous video, I talked about how I want price to take out this level before I see any bullish move. So this week, price started selling a little bit, but our sell has not been very strong. and the level which I'm waiting for price to tap into, price don't wanna tap into it. But if you check our crypto pair which was open during the weekend, you notice that price tapped into it during the weekend. So let me move over to this, which is this out right here. You can see that price tapped into this level during the weekend. Um, so that means I think that's one of the reasons why gold doesn't want to come back into that level on chart, because I think it has already come into that level, but because the market wasn't open, so that is why it's not visible. That price is already the price has already tapped into that level. So right now I'm expecting a sell down to this level before we can continue any buy, because if we look at the weekly time frame, we can see a nice bullish close from previous week, and then we have this structure right here, this range right here in daily time frame which we are trying to buy from, and then price dropped on the 4 hour time frame from a range. So because of that range and that drop close below, price did not reject, so I expect this low to be taken then before we can continue the move back up. So that's what I expect on gold. I expect gold to come back, take this level and boom. So how am I going to trade this? Wait for price to come here, give me confirmation, then we buy. Why for the sell right now? I can't see anything to sell, but I'm expecting price to sell. Except price comes into this and taps it, then I can decide to sell. Or I think I have a structure around here. If price comes around it, yes, then I might engage. I want to enter around here. So if price comes into this level, I'll engage a sell. Because I'm expecting price to sell down to this level, just a confirmation, and then we ride it back up. That's what I have for gold. And for silver, on the weekly time frame, what can we see? We can see we had a bearish close, but then looking at the structure, we see that we swept this level. So that's like transactional liquidity taking. And then target is on this high right here, this external high. So that being said, we have to move over to the daily structure and look for an entry, which we have one right here. Price has created an engulfing right here. We have a scope actually, and then we have this on the 4 hour time frame. We have this range right now, and then we have this other block here that has an FVG which has not been mitigated right here. Let's see that. So this is what we have for silver. So I think I believe price is gonna do something like tap into this place and boom up. The price drops into this level and then sends it up, send it up. So that's what I'm expecting right now on silver. So the price drops and boom. So let's see how the week goes. So it's a new week, and I have just spoken so far on 4 pairs, which is GU, EU, gold, and silver. What I'm expecting this trading week. So far on GU, we are bearish. On EU, we were expecting a bullish move, but a short-term bearish move before the bullish move comes. On gold, we are bullish. I want to see a bearish move too before a bullish move. And gold, silver too. So waiting for price to come into levels that I expect to buy from. So that is what I have for GBPUSD, EURUSD, gold, and silver. So we hope this week becomes a great week compared to the previous week. We hope this week is better. So I hope this was helpful. And all these are my ideas based on my approach to the market, and I hope it was helpful. Yeah, and do have a nice week, and I wish you a profitable week. Goodbye.